Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's not just a job, but an art form. The world of penetration testing. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a good guy hacker? To legally break into systems, find vulnerabilities, and help companies secure their most valuable assets? Well, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to map out the entire journey, from the fundamental skills you need to the certifications that will get you noticed, and the career tips that will help you thrive. So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk about how you can master the art of ethical hacking. First things first, let's break a common myth. Being a great penetration tester isn't just about being a technical wizard who can write code in their sleep. It's about having a truly diverse skill set. Think of it as a three-legged stool. The first leg is, of course, your technical prowess. You need to understand how networks talk to each other, how web applications are built, and how operating systems work under the hood. The second leg is your analytical mind. You're a detective, piecing together clues, identifying patterns, and thinking critically about how a system could be exploited. It's not just about running a tool and reading the output. It's about understanding what that output means in a broader context. And the third leg, which is often overlooked, is your interpersonal skills. You'll be writing detailed reports and presenting your findings to everyone from developers to CEOs. You need to be able to communicate complex technical issues in a way that is clear, concise, and persuasive. Without all three legs, your stool will be wobbly. So, as you start your journey, remember to develop yourself in all these areas. Now, if you're just starting out, the sheer amount of information can feel overwhelming. My advice? Don't try to boil the ocean. Focus on the fundamentals. Before you can run, you have to learn to walk. Start with the absolute basics of networking. I'm talking about the OSI model, TCP, IP, subnetting, DNS, and HTTP. You need to know this stuff like the back of your hand. This is the language of the internet, and you can't hack what you don't understand. Once you have a solid grip on networking, it's time to get familiar with your toolkit. Install a virtual lab environment using something like VirtualBox or VMware. Get Kali Linux up and running and just start playing. Learn the basic commands for tools like Nmap for network scanning, Metasploit for exploitation, Burp Suite for web app testing, and Wireshark for analyzing traffic. Don't worry about mastering them all at once. The goal here is familiarity. Run a scan, see what it tells you, look up the terms you don't understand, and repeat. This foundational stage is the most important, so don't rush it. Build that solid base, and everything else will be much easier to learn later on. Once you've got the basics down and you're comfortable in your lab, you might start thinking about getting certified. Certifications can be a fantastic way to validate your skills and get your resume past the initial screening. But not all certs are created equal. In the world of penetration testing, employers highly value practical, hands-on certifications over purely multiple-choice exams. This is where certifications like the Offensive Security Certified Professional, or OSCP, and the Practical Network Penetration Tester, or PNPT, really shine. The OSCP is famous for its grueling 24-hour hands-on exam, where you have to compromise multiple machines in a virtual network. It's a true test of your persistence and practical skills. The PNPT from TCM Security is another fantastic option, gaining a lot of respect for its focus on a real-world scenario, including a 5-day penetration test and a professional debrief and report writing component. Choosing between them depends on your learning style and career goals, but both will force you to prove that you can actually do the job, not just talk about it. Pursuing a practical certification is a major milestone that signals to the industry that you're serious and capable. With a solid foundation and maybe a certification in your sights, it's time to level up and explore more advanced techniques. This is where the real fun begins. You'll move beyond just running automated tools and start learning the why and how behind the exploits. This means diving into topics like buffer overflows, privilege escalation techniques on both Windows and Linux, and advanced web application attacks like SQL injection and cross-site scripting, or XSS. It's not enough to know what a SQL injection is. You need to understand how to perform it manually, how to bypass web application firewalls or WAFs, and how to pivot from a web vulnerability to gaining control of the underlying server. You'll also need to understand the other side of the coin, security measures. How does antivirus work? What is endpoint detection and response, or EDR, and how can you evade it? Learning about defense makes you a better attacker because it forces you to think more creatively about how to bypass those protections. This is a constant game of cat and mouse, and understanding both sides is crucial for becoming a top-tier professional. Now, let's talk about the single most important thing you can do to become a great pen tester: real-world application. All the theory, all the books, all the videos in the world can't replace hands-on keyboard time. You absolutely must engage in practical exercises. Platforms like Hack the Box, TryHackMe, and VulnHub are your new best friends. These sites provide safe, legal environments filled with vulnerable machines for you to practice on. TryHackMe is fantastic for beginners, with guided learning paths that hold your hand as you learn new concepts. Hack the Box is a bit more challenging and is great for when you want to test your skills without any hints. The goal is to spend hours and hours in these labs. When you get stuck on a box, and you will get stuck, don't give up immediately. Struggle with it. That struggle is where the real learning happens. After you've exhausted all your ideas, then it's okay to look at a walkthrough. But when you do, make sure you understand every single step. Why did that command work? What was the underlying vulnerability? Then go back and try to replicate it yourself without the guide. This cycle of trying, failing, learning, and succeeding is what builds true expertise. Finally, and this might be the most crucial tip for a long and successful career, never stop learning. The field of cybersecurity changes at a breathtaking pace. The new exploit that was discovered yesterday will be patched tomorrow. The cutting-edge evasion technique from last month might be detected by every antivirus product today. You have to be committed to continuous learning just to keep up, let alone get ahead. How do you do that? Follow security researchers on social media platforms like X. Read security blogs like The Hacker News or Bleeping Computer. Listen to cybersecurity podcasts. Attend virtual or in-person conferences like DEF CON or Black Hat if you can. Get involved in local security meetups. Immerse yourself in the community. This constant exposure to new ideas, new tools, and new vulnerabilities will not only keep your skills sharp, but will also keep your passion for the field alive. The moment you think you know it all in this industry is the moment you start falling behind. So, stay humble, stay curious, and always be learning. So there you have it, a roadmap to mastering the art of penetration testing. It's a journey that demands a diverse skill set, a solid foundation, and a relentless commitment to hands-on practice and continuous learning. It's not an easy path, but I can tell you from experience that it's an incredibly rewarding one. You get to solve puzzles, challenge yourself every single day, and play a vital role in protecting the digital world. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this guide has given you the clarity and motivation to take the next step in your cybersecurity journey. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future content. Got any questions or want to share your own tips? Drop a comment down below. I love hearing from you all. Until next time, stay curious and happy hacking.